Good morning, or should I say good afternoon, actually. All right, that's much better. All right, so I did get smacked around this morning, not gonna lie. Um, where is it here? Yeah, took $172 loss, $151 loss on ETH. Yeah, that was not the nicest, not gonna lie. I mean, I did make a lot of it back, and we're currently, up a nice chunk on both of these. Okay, I pressed on the learn more button. Now can you remove this thingy from here? So we hit the learn more button. No, it wasn't helpful. We watched it. All right. Now it stays there. Interesting. All right, so what we want to see now is we want to see ETH get back above 4,500 and hold. Bitcoin is making another beautiful little flag over here. The measured move something like this brings us to around 117.3. See how this plays out. We are going to take a quick peek at the USDT dominance just to see how that's looking. We were in this beautiful, kind of like a slanted head and shoulder pattern here. Maybe it's nicer on the 15-minute. Yeah, so we made this beautiful shoulder head, long right shoulder to eventually start the measured move, which it almost executed fully. We still have a little bit of dipping to do, unless maybe we don't take into account this wick. That's kind of the measured move that we are looking at right now. That being said, we are definitely due for this pump over here. 12-hour chart on Bitcoin looking absolutely fabulous. We did get the 12-hour 21 crossover here. Last time we got a crossover like that, Bitcoin did go ahead and pump 23%. Even you could go all the way up to say 36% before we ever returned to the 12-hour 200. We have just returned. Let me just hide this. So we came back, got the 21 2-hour cross, same thing. We lost it, got back above it, and we ripped. We lost it, got back above it, and if we were to move 36% from here, that brings Bitcoin to a damn. a whopping $155,000 Bitcoin, which is extremely possible. We are going to scale out of this trade partially just because it's a very large position that can be very, very rewarding if I can ride this all the way up. I am free riding right now. Stop loss at break even / nice amount of profit. ETH is definitely struggling. I'm not going to lie. ETH is struggling. Considering Bitcoin's breaking out of a second flag, ETH's definitely having a harder time than I'd expect. Take a look here, see what happens. For Bitcoin, 3 o'clock. We do have the market close in an hour. We'll see how they feel about that. Are they going to scoop us up and bring us to a newer high, or are they going to slam us back down and liquidate some more? We shall see. We shall see. However, extremely bullish for Bitcoin right now. 21-day moving average with the 200-day moving average cross on the 12-hour time frames. You know, it's going to behave like it does on the 1-minute time frame. You know, on the 1-minute time frame, you get a 21-200 cross, we rip. You know, you get a 21-200 cross, we rip. Okay, here they came for a quick little liquidity grab first. Because what happens is a lot of people who trade this 21-200 cross, where are they going to put their stop loss? Right below the 21-day moving average, right? Or right below this low if you want to play it a little more conservative, bet on this kind of double bottom here. Now, what are the market makers going to do? They're obviously going to go chase all those stop losses. Why? Because a boatload of liquidity amasses here in terms of long liquidations or long stop losses. So that's the first stop they're going to do. They're going to come straight here, get everyone out of the trade. Why? Well, because they just simply don't want to be paying off too many people in these longs, and then they will rip price action. Your measured move was 100% correct. Your trade conviction was 100% correct. However, they made a bull flag, supposed to break to the upside. Instead, they dumped it, stopped all these longers and bots out of here, and then they ripped the measured move. Classic market maker action. They always go for max pain. You guys should know that by now. So whatever scenario would be the least painful scenario, they're going to go for the opposite of that. You know, I was explaining this to someone this morning, but they always go for max pain. You know, you buy a Bitcoin at $100 because you're finally deciding to buy your first Bitcoin purchase. Then they're going to slam Bitcoin down to $60, so you're down 40% on your purchase. You're going to panic sell, take the 40% loss, and then they're going to rip Bitcoin to a new all-time high, which is max pain. They made you miss out. They made you lose money, and then they made you miss out on the pump. That's typically what the market makers are going to try to do. So what you have to do as a trader is always position yourself in a way where you're kind of bulletproof on the trade or on the setup, so to speak. Like your entry was so properly timed that they never make it back to that low, or they never come back for you, or whatever it may be. ETH really struggling here. I'm kind of sad because I definitely went a little bit harder on my ETH trade than the Bitcoin trade. I do hold Bitcoin heavy on spot, so I'm always more lenient to be more aggressive on other coins that I don't hold as much of on spot, so I can kind of, you know, feel better if they rip really, really hard. But it's looking like the Bitcoin trade was the more sustainable pump. I mean, that 12-hour candle on ETH is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen a 12-hour candle like that, honestly. With a 1.5% wick. Yeah, maybe up here. Oh no, that's more than that. That's a 3.5% wick. God damn. Oh, we had one over here like that. 2% wick. Wow, ETH does that, eh? Really going after the little guys. So we are retesting the top of that channel, which I'm not really a fan of. I'd be expecting us to retest the top of this channel, you know, given Bitcoin's pump, but anyway. Very interesting. Very interesting course of action for ETH. I mean, the volume on ETH is definitely there. Are they really gonna round trip us back to my entry on ETH? That would be absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, they're capable. Don't get back in that channel. You're gonna fall like a sack of potatoes. Come on now. Push, 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 Bitcoin, push. Wow, I actually get some viewers on some of these videos. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the support. Whoever does tune in for my little TA video, my little live trade video. So essentially, guys, we had a really good last week. Ironically enough, Monday last week, I mean, which is Tuesday, but Tuesday I closed the day at minus 422 last week, and this week at minus 417, ironically. We did have a beautiful week following, but goddamn, was it a rough Monday for both weeks. You know, we had a huge winning trade streak. You know, that's a lot of winning trades. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wow, a 19 trade win streak. I mean, it's a 30-cent loss, so 20, 21 winning trade streak. That's crazy. It's definitely a world record for me, at least, because I used to have like 3, 4 good days, and then just a week of destruction where I lost it all or whatever. So very grateful to be able to be a lot more consistent than usual. We'll see what happens here for Bitcoin. Kind of a slanted shoulder, head, right shoulder. Shoot us back up. We'll see how that turns out. I mean, we do know that a short squeeze is due. I mean, up to 126, 27,000. Go get all those liquidity shorts. Sorry, all that liquidity of short stop losses at the 125 price mark, but we shall see. We shall see. So the volume definitely died off from this morning's pump. You know, we see some $30 million, 1 minute candles, $30 million of volume. Now we are back down to the 2, 3, 4, 5 million, 1.5 million, etc. Is that a cause for concern? Not really. Kind of standard, right? The market makers. So funny. I heard this in someone else's stream. In what's his name? Crypto Cipher. He made a very good point. So like the market makers are like pretty much organizing the barbecue, right? So they buy the alcohol, they hire the DJ, you know, they bring everyone on board, and then pretty much they lay off throttle, you know, they open the doors to the park, and then they see who joins the party, pretty much. And clearly, you know, retail has joined the party, so they're willing to play ball, they hold the levels higher. and they go for another push, you know, another barbecue, another successful pool party, or however you want to twist it. Hey, mama, come, come up, up, come up, up. This is Dahlia. This is Princess Dahlia. So you're smelling more. Oh, I went to my neighbor's house and she has 2 dogs. So my dog is investigating that now. Yes, my angel. Is that what you've been sniffing on me this whole time? What do you want? You want to go outside, get busy? No, you're smelling Mora and Foxy. You're such a good girl. So what we do want to see now, very, very important, at least for my peace of mind, is we do want to get back into this box and close a candle above. So we're looking to close a candle above 116.7. That's exactly what we're looking at ideally. ETH trying to get a push up here, kind of making a cup and handle formation on the 15-minute chart, you know. We do see this here. If we take the high, the low, we did wick off the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. Fair enough. We did wick off the 618 first and a second time, but we did go ahead and lose that. So Bitcoin going for a push here. Can we get a close above 116.7? Can we rip through the zone? All while ETH is also approaching the same kind of zone, resistance area, or turbulence area, or whatever you want to call it. But that is what we're looking at over here. And ideally, I'm not too wrong because I need this trade, at least this ETH trade alone, to make me back what I lost on ETH. And then I could have the Bitcoin trade as gravy for the day. But it would be a sad way to start the week, you know. And it's raining too. Would be much nicer to have a nice winning day on a rainy day. Especially after having started the day off so rough, dude. Can't believe I closed out yesterday at minus 417 and Sunday at minus 114. So I have a smooth $531 to make back. If I want to make back everything every losing day I had this month, we'd be looking at. We are looking at. I'd have to make a total back of 1290. Well, if this ETH trade does play out, I do make it all back. Honestly, I do make it all back. Every single losing day will have been paid back. Although it's already been paid back, right? Because my 30-day is positive, my 7-day is positive. So I've clearly made it back. But but let's say if I really wanted to be thorough and have like essentially no losses all month, that would be the dollar amount that I'm looking at closing in profit. Ideally on this trade right here, you know, if ETH can rip back up, it's a big stretch. I do agree it's a big stretch. But if we could get ETH back up to $4,850, kind of like upside down cat ears here, you know, in a slanted angle. We shall see. ETH reattempting this box. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin. So is that what we have? A shoulder, a head, a right shoulder? Is that what I'm seeing? It's a little kind of, you know, little one of those. Little one of those to start the outbreak. Come on, ETH. At least make this a new support level. At least hold 4480, you know? Like, come on, dude. Because goddamn, you didn't flush people out. Imagine you bought ETH at 4850, 4900. Whoops. I was telling myself 7%. That's it. Brother, they slammed you down 11%. Alright, 44.81. Let's go. We're holding. We're holding. Could I get an 82? Nah, don't go back into the 70s. I don't want to see 44.79. Good man. Alright, Bitcoin. You freed up those stochastics just enough to give you that push room to get right through that box. You got it. How much profit would that be? It says 50 bucks, but I don't buy it. How much does it say if I put it here? Just for fun? Yeah, okay. It's because we're gonna cancel that. And we're gonna create a new one. There we go. And we'll move that up here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Where's the 1 hour 21? Alright, I do want to keep my stop loss below the 1 hour 21, just in case. Come on, Bitcoin. Give us a little push here. Whoops, my bad. My bad. My bad. Wow, dude. This 12-hour candle becoming green is absolutely sickening. Like, there's 4.5 hours left to this candle. Like, this is the absolute sickest candle I've ever seen. Like, this is the sickest candle I've ever seen. Sickest candle. If it stays this way, of course. I mean, if it stays this way. If it closes green, oh my god. That'll be so bullish for ETH that I almost want to add to this trade. If I were to add, that'd bring my entry up to 44.53. 44.53. That's where that would bring my entry, and I'd be adding 4Gs. I mean, the truth is, if this candle comes back and loses this level, we're gone. That's the truth. If I close this at 5,000, wow. With a stop loss at fucking 44.52, I'd be risking 30 for 500. Let's be more realistic. 46.50. to 4 to 1, 5 to 1, roughly. Almost 6 to 1, actually. It's an interesting trade. For 8 hours, they dumped this candle. Well, let's say for 7 hours, they dumped this candle, and then for the past hour, they buy it back up. I don't know. I think we're just gonna let it play. We're just gonna let it play. If anything, I'll move my stop loss up to there. 44.53. There you go. No, 53 we said. Yeah. Now we do have Degen making kind of a comeback. No, wrong one. I mean, I kind of bought the top. It ripped to 004 so hard. Came back within the same 5 minutes, man. Insane. You know, might add. $30. Risk 9 of it. And ETH is struggling to hold that point. It's crazy. Gotta say. Hella surprising. Little liquidity grab from Bitcoin before a ripser. Not surprising. Maybe we come tap this yellow line for a retest, I mean. Ooh, not what we want to be seeing entirely. Was that it? Was that the was that the push? That's no more push now? That's it. Buyers have left the chat. I still think we got some momentum to go. It's open. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time.